and then they allowed them to look at all the stuff, like his previous incidents in relationships, like where he got caught stalking.
White or black?
Oh, she's Latino, white adjacent. She kind of in there. Yeah, I'm like he might. If it had been a sister, he'd been cooked. I mean, he'd have been allowed. He would have got away with it. Yeah, he'd have got away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, I don't went ahead and started. Old Frank, sorry ass, gonna talk about from where the link at, and he ain't here. Boy, that boy there. This dude here.
I'm about to text him like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just text him, said, man, we about to start, man. So you won't play games, man. You tripping, man. You set tripping
for real.
All right. Well, he gonna miss the jump off of Project 2025. Now you know with the videos, it's so much in there that you will not get a detailed full end-to-end breakdown. So they touch on some key point stuff in this particular video. And I found this video where somebody's like breaking it down. I saw another video where they were in I just had the video. I saw another video where they were in on what's the show on C-SPAN. Saw another one of those, but it was surface level, where basically when you see the people in when you see the actual House of Representatives, when you see them talking about it, they're being very they're treating it laughable, which I don't like that. I don't like that they're treating it so laughable
at all.
Yeah, because the fact that so they're treating it laughable, I don't like that, because the stuff is serious. However, what I can respect is when people got an agenda and they actually decide to start doing things to put it in place. I cannot begrudge you for that.
Right.
That's a problem that we have. We don't have as a collective, we don't have a solid agenda that we're actually putting. I don't give a damn how ridiculous nothing sounds. Put some money behind it. Get some faces behind it. Get it in front of, follow all the steps and procedures to put it in front of people. And if they get up there and they clown you and laugh at you and tell you no, that's fine. At least you went through the process. So anyway, so I'm gonna play this, man. And yeah, these folks, they got some shit going on. They got some shit going on.
Have you heard about Project 2025? Hey, it's Dan Zimmerman and welcome back to Illustrate to Educate. In this video, we'll dive into everything you need to know about Project 2025, including 5 criticisms. Remember, if you disagree with Project 2025 or its criticisms, please don't dislike the video, but instead respectfully comment your thoughts below. Project 2025, led by the Heritage Foundation, is a comprehensive initiative designed to prepare for a potential conservative administration starting in January 2025.
Whenever you want me to pause something so you can tap in,
It is structured around 4 main pillars: policy development, personnel recruitment, training, and strategic planning for the early days of the new administration. Here's a more detailed breakdown of each component. First, let's look at the policy agenda. The Conservative Promise is a detailed policy guide that provides specific recommendations for governing major federal agencies. The guide encompasses conservative solutions to various issues, including economic policies, healthcare, education, and national security. It is intended to serve as a blueprint for the next conservative administration, ensuring that key conservative values and strategies are implemented effectively from the outset. The second pillar is the personnel database. Project 2025 includes a comprehensive personnel database aimed at identifying and vetting potential appointees for various positions within the federal government. This database seeks to ensure that a future conservative administration has a pool of qualified, ideologically aligned individuals ready to fill key roles. The recruitment efforts span across different sectors and backgrounds, targeting experienced professionals who can execute the administration's agenda efficiently. The third part is the training through the Presidential Administration Academy.
All right, go ahead.
On the surface, This is fucking genius.
On the surface. See, it's the details. The structure
I'm
of
aware.
it. The structure of it
sound.
is how you should do something.
Yes. Well, I mean, you should recruit. This is how parties should operate. They should be vetting people ahead of time, not waiting to see who creeps up at the last minute to try to run. Like, I had this conversation with my interns because I took them to an event today with the chamber. And I told them, I was pointing out people in the room, like, here's somebody you should talk to. Here's somebody to network with, that kind of thing. And one of them asked me, like, what do you do? Why do you do this? I said, because in 8 years, I plan to run for office. And you don't start campaigning when you
want to run. You got to already have networked. People got to already recognize you. Oh yeah, she been involved. Oh yeah, boots on the ground lady, boots on the ground guy.
I've been, because they'll be like, oh, she been boots on the ground for the last 10 years. She know what she doing. She's certified around here.
Man, when we talk, me and Sam was talking about it last week. I was like, no, though. I said, dude, I think I'm gonna really run for city council here. I said, because it's a very base entry level. Now, it don't pay nothing, but it's not supposed to. So you can't go into it for money. I said, because when you started the city council level, you started hearing your community's issues with the local government and the local municipality, whichever you serve. It starts there. So you can't, the structure, like you said, of this is the way it should go.
It really is. Like, I'm listening, I'm like, this part of it, how he explained
ain't the problem. This part
this
ain't the
exactly
problem.
Exactly how it should happen for every party.
Yep. But he's gonna get into the stuff. He's gonna get into stuff.
Yeah, that stuff.
Ideologically aligned individuals ready to fill key roles. The recruitment efforts span across different sectors and backgrounds, targeting experienced professionals who can execute the administration's agenda efficiently. The third part is the training through the Presidential Administration Academy. To prepare the identified personnel for their roles, Project 2025 has established the Presidential Administration Academy. This academy offers a range of training programs including workshops, seminars, online courses, and mentorship from former administration officials. The training is designed to equip future administrators with the necessary skills and knowledge to implement conservative policies effectively. Fourth is the 180-day playbook. The 180-day playbook is a strategic document outlining the immediate actions to be taken by the new administration within the first 180 days. This playbook is crafted to enable swift policy reversals and the implementation of conservative priorities, ensuring a smooth and impactful start. It includes specific actions for various departments and agencies, focusing on undoing the policies of the previous administration and setting the stage for long-term conservative governance. Now let's talk about the coalition and organizational structure. Project 2025 is...
So I do want to pause right there. If I move all my people into a neighborhood, how quick and easy it is for me to get a stop sign up, get a stoplight instead of a stop sign,
right?
Get a park instead of an open lot, get an HOA established when we don't have one. You know what I'm saying? And that can be much to the opposition of what those that are already there, the people that be here, like, hey man, we don't want no HOA, we good without that. What are you doing? But I done moved all my people in. And you see what I'm saying? So
you outvoted everybody.
You outvote everybody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is where that's where the power structure comes in. Again, but this also creates an imbalance. And that in and of itself, with our form of government, is automatically problematic because the structure of our government is meant to have people that are partisan. But then they say, you know what? That makes sense, even though I'm not of that party. That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yep.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. We get that, but they see what they're doing.
Is supported by a coalition of over 100 conservative organizations, including think tanks, advocacy groups, and academic institutions. This broad coalition brings together...
What academic institutions?
There you go. What ones?
What academic institutions? Because I don't know a single one that a whole institution would sign up for this. Not a single one.
No,
not a single one.
None.
It wouldn't be prudent for their bottom line to do this.
And see this, and this is why when I see stuff like this, I shoot it down a lot of times, not because it's impossible, because
it's the moment
it's improbable because you stuck something in there that's gonna have people shoot it all the way down. Like that part right there. You know good and well the academic institutions in this country,
they're not flying with that.
They're very liberal. We understand that it is what it is. You start trying to play like what you, and if you think you can outfund, if you think you can go fund them and they're gonna do it, man, these liberal institutions have been funded so far back and they're funded so far forward to where you're not gonna make a dent in that.
These schools got billion-dollar endowments.
Come on.
I don't know why y'all think. I'm real curious. Cause see, if somebody to have this conversation with me, name the think tank.
Yeah.
Name your academic institutions. Well, we're working on that part. Well, then you should leave that out until you actually have one. Like, I'm fine with people being organized and doing these things, but your 100 conservative organizations and your professionals that you're recruiting, what do their degrees look like?
Yeah.
What's their backgrounds?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it's just a bunch of conservative people
that's not going to
overthrow the government, but y'all don't have the expertise to actually do it.
Yeah. Because they're saying what they're going to get people of the same. Getting somebody that just has your beliefs does not also mean these people are equipped to call themselves running a nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can believe the same thing, but your experience doesn't even lend yourself to actually knowing what to do. It's not going to work. Like nobody's going to go for that.
You got international policy to consider.
Oh yeah.
Like y'all talking about what happening in the United States and conservative values and this, that, and the other. What about international freaking policy? Our country is a member of the UN. Yeah, we pulled out of NATO and a couple of other things like that, but we're still a member of the UN. We still have international alliances that we have to maintain. And what do you think if the whole rest of the world got together to bang up on the United States because they see us like they see this crap?
Yeah. You know what people. And so me, the military side, I tell people, the military side of it can make us arrogant because man, militarily, it's you really people just I don't go into details about it because I'm never supposed to, but militarily, people can't really F with the US, but it's not a military thing, it's economically. If countries decide to economically say, yo, you know what? We just won't do business. And then they force us to do business within ourselves. What does that do to your GDP? Because if all of a sudden everything you want to do, you have to build it, fund it, develop it on your own. Do you know how? Now, in the long term, that would be great. 30 years from now, that would be great. Now you're back to being a self-sufficient at that point. But at that point it's become self-sufficient. Now y'all good. But in the beginning,
terrible.
You
chaos.
It would literally be a Great Depression.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be like somebody it'd be like somebody starving you out. Say, okay, fine. Figure it'd be like you telling your kids, all right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all out. Y'all figure something out.
Like y'all can't survive without Stanley Cups and Starbucks. And you think Stanley Cups and Starbucks get their stuff from here?
Yeah. So like you just made a real good point. International policy, like there's stuff that, like you said, I want to know what these think tanks are. Who are
academic institutions? I'm like, whoa. There are not that many conservatives in academic institutions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not at all. Not across. There's just not. Now that I think about it, there's not. It's mostly liberal. You're right.
Yeah. Even but see, and honestly, yeah. We gonna get
You can keep going because I just had to stop.
Together diverse expertise and resources to support the project's goals. Notable participants include former officials from the Trump administration who contribute their experience and insights to the project. There are specific policy focus areas in Project 2025. Project 2025 proposes significant changes to federal policies on reproductive health. These include removing references to abortion from federal laws and regulations, reversing the approval of abortion pills, and defunding clinics that provide abortion or contraception services. The initiative also aims to reinstate the Comstock Act to ban mail-order abortions and reshape Medicaid to avoid funding reproductive health care services that include abortion. Another focus area is culture.
Hold on, let me pause that one. Fellas,
I mean, they stay coming for our uterus.
Look, this ain't this. Look, wait, hold on. See, you got a lot of men. So, yeah, good. Shoot, about time. Fellas, they didn't roll back child support. They didn't roll back these institutions. They did not roll back these institutions.
Thank you.
You know,
baby. With Georgia.
With the way men fear the court system to this day, that can benefit you if you know what to do. But the fact that y'all don't because y'all fear it, the rollback of that stuff, which has already started taking place, it's not going to benefit men. They just want to be able to say, yeah, now they don't got a choice. Now if they get, bruh, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of us men who have benefited from a woman that was very liberal when it came to her reproduction. There's so many of us.
State of Georgia, the heartbeat law states that the father is liable for child support from the date of conception.
Good.
Not the date a baby was born. The date of conception, baby. And in the state of Georgia, you can get a paternity test at 7 weeks pregnant.
Wait. I was going to ask you. So years ago, I remember when they first was able to start doing those tests while a woman was pregnant. Man, ignore him, man. I should have left him in the, let me leave him in the dark. Let me leave him in the dark. Let me mute his mic for.
You muted your mic, child.
My bad. I did mute my mic. Let me mute that nigga mic, man. Let me mute that nigga mic. But I remember years ago, right, when I first heard that you can get a paternity test while a woman's pregnant, it was so expensive. And then back then they said, well, when the cost will eventually go down. So are the costs now?
It's not the same test. So back then they did amniocentesis.
Okay.
And they did, I forget the other one. It's another test that they did, but they had to pretty much insert this long needle into the actual uterus to get tissue out. They figured out, the father's DNA is free flowing in the mother's blood. So the same blood test they take when you 5-6 weeks pregnant, they do the paternity test from that blood test. It's just a blood test now. It's still expensive. It's nowhere near as expensive as amniocentesis. Amniocentesis things was like $10,000.
Yeah, and that's what I.
Now you.
I remember that. I remember. I was like, golly.
It's like $2,000 now. But if you have to take the test to prove paternity, and you take that man to court while you're pregnant, he got to pay for that test. So people want to be, now y'all ain't got no choice. Now you really ain't got no choice, fool.
That's gonna work again. That doesn't.
Because the back child support, like say you find out that the baby 3-4 years old, and you find out that's your child, they go back to the day of conception. Boo. Conception.
The day of conception. Yep.
Conception.
And one thing I will tell God, one thing I would say, they will, and they always give women the option. When women go in for child support, they ask women every time, do you want to go into arrears, or do you want to start from right now, ma'am? Do you want to start from the day he served or in the rears? And there's a lot of women that be like, some women are like, you know what?
Run that back.
When y'all get him served, we'll start there. And then there's a lot of women that say, run that back. Run that back. Give me that rearage. And that rearage, hey man, it'll humble you. You'll get back on the block. You ain't never moved a pack. You're gonna be trying to figure out how you can move one.
Child.
That rearage, boy. Anyway, we discussing Project 2025. New guy on here, y'all. New guy. We discussed
cultural and social issues. The project emphasizes the restoration of traditional family values and religious principles. This includes opposing policies perceived as supporting cultural Marxism and promoting a pro-life agenda. It advocates for policies that support the nuclear family, religious liberty, and traditional gender roles. There's also the leadership of Project 2025, which is directed by Paul Dans, a former chief of staff at the Office of Personnel Management during the Trump administration, with Spencer Sherteen serving as associate director. Both bring extensive experience from their previous roles in government, contributing to the strategic planning and execution of the project. So what are the criticisms of Project 2025? Project 2025 has sparked significant criticism from various sources. Critics argue that the project embodies a comprehensive plan to centralize executive power, erode democratic norms, and enforce a far-right agenda on American governance and society. Let's take a look at 5 specific criticisms in more detail. First is the centralization of executive power. One major criticism is that Project 2025 seeks to expand presidential control over the federal bureaucracy. The plan includes reviving the Schedule F classification, which would allow the president to replace thousands of civil service employees with political appointees loyal to the administration. Critics argue this would undermine the nonpartisan nature of the civil service and politicize federal agencies, making them tools of the executive branch rather than independent entities. Second is the attack on democratic institutions. Critics highlight that Project 2025's blueprint includes proposals to dismantle or weaken key democratic institutions. This includes plans to defund the Department of Justice and dismantle the FBI and other agencies that could act as checks on presidential power. Such moves are seen as efforts to undermine the rule of law and enable the executive branch to operate with little oversight or accountability. Third, the project...
I can say right now, that's not, bro. See, that's where this is again where they fuck up, because the FBI, y'all realize how much they do overseas? Didn't you just mention, Sheffy, the international part of all this? You defund that, even if you don't like with the way that they do some things. If you try to unravel that, you immediately get dismissed because they're too necessary in other parts of the world, in our government, in our structure, in our national security, that we cannot replace tomorrow. Because when you undermine something, you don't say, hey, give me everything you got, now y'all leave. You got to basically start from scratch. You got to come up with your own protocols, your own everything. So no, you're not gonna this be the stuff that has me, like I said, I dismiss a lot of this stuff because I'm like, the stuff that y'all talk about doing is so ridiculous. It would be smarter, right? to show up with some stuff that everybody's gonna kind of like, and then kind of sneak some stuff in on the back end. Sneak it in. But you're pretty goddamn bold if you come up talking about defunding Department of Justice and the FBI. That's bold, bro.
But okay, so doesn't the Supreme Court fall under the Department of Justice too?
I believe so. And I think he's gonna get to that. He's gonna get to the Supreme Court part. Like they want to try to go in there and play with that. Like,
if it works, man, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It's bold. I mean, it's so bold.
Third, the project also faces criticism for its potential use of government power to target political opponents and critics. There are fears that it would enable the executive to pursue legal action against political adversaries and critical media outlets, drawing parallels to authoritarian regimes where dissent is suppressed through state mechanisms. The fourth criticism is the social and cultural agenda. Project 2025's policy agenda includes strong positions on social issues. promoting conservative values that critics argue could roll back rights and protection.
Is he using dry erase markers?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't never seen these people. Yeah, you ain't never seen these people that do that. Yeah, man. These people that do that, they edit this stuff to the speed of talk and erase it, and they keep going. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think it's the individual talking that's doing it. I think they get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, you can hire people to do this for you on Fiverr.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You like that, don't you?
He hating. That's what you can make big money doing these videos.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's people that know, because it's people that do these for presentations. That's what they do. People consider that. You ever seen somebody in a meeting get up there and they can do this kind of stuff? Well, if you could do this for a video,
I just realized he's writing on a dry erase board.
Yeah.
And he has little cutouts of stuff he's that's over and over again.
Yep.
That's
so he'll draw the cutouts, cut them out, then you place them, and then you write your little stuff.
Yeah,
that's what was throwing. That's what was throwing me off.
For various groups. The document
just like an artist that interrupt us for the artistic part of the shit.
Plus rights, enforce strict anti-abortion measures, and integrate Christian nationalist principles into government policy. This agenda has raised concerns about the erosion of civil liberties and the imposition of a particular religious and ideological framework on the entire nation. Lastly is the environmental and climate policy rollbacks. The project's stance on environmental regulations is contentious. It proposes significant rollbacks of climate policies, which critics argue would have detrimental effects on efforts to combat climate change and protect the environment. This aspect of the plan is seen as catering to business interests at the expense of long-term ecological sustainability. Did you find this video about Project 2025 to be helpful? Remember not to dislike the video, but rather like the video, comment.
So one of the things I do want to tap into was that last part they had there, where I think the social part. What I think the government does, like, this is where they fucking up too. We go through social cycles, idiots. Culturally, social and cultural agenda. There's no government. There's none. You go try to affect that, you will fail. And this is how I know you will fail. And it was funny. I was talking to Sam about this the other day. You go back to the ancient times. All of the greatest kings, dynasties on the planet, the greatest ones in history, they left people to deal with their own social and cultural norms. They didn't go in there and say, all right, we finna mess with that. They just came and said, hey, we just want y'all under us, y'all under our protection, y'all pay us taxes. This is our territory now, but continue to do what you're doing. When you go and try to affect people's social and cultural, even if you don't like it, even if you feel like it's eroding society, you have to let it take its natural course. So everything that's there, the LGBTQ agenda and all that stuff is a natural course. It's gonna eventually just burn itself out. So the problem with this, Frank, you missed earlier. Me and Chef was saying that the structure of it is great. This is how you should build something. The shit that's in it is stupid. Like it's not gonna work. So
I think that, well, Sheffy.
What?
I like your hair.
I'm trying to come in here and kiss up. I'm trying to come in here and kiss up. Trying to come in and kiss up. We know we always love when Chef rock the puffs. But he don't come here and kiss up real quick because he late. It ain't work. Oh, charming, ain't he? Charming, ain't he?
Trying to
Stop
be.
It. Yeah. Stop everything in the middle.
Send me no clone of him.
Yeah, girl, that is the gift.
No,
that is the gift from God.
No, y'all are literally like big little brothers. No,
let me tell you about God. That's the gift of God. A Monwell clone?
No, sir.
Could you imagine one of me running around in that? You get tired. Come get him, Bree. I'm gonna send this.
Bree, I be in like popping one and just call it a day. Bree, he ain't got no birth certificate, so I just technically murder.
No, you duct tape him and send him over here, and leave them on the step for Bree and say, now you got two of them. She gonna be like, oh,
Hey,
hell no.
I mean, one can cook, the other one do other stuff.
Man, listen, but you got the personality.
You can do the meat and the sides.
No, see, you got the personality. You gonna have to do. See, you got to deal with the other. You got to deal with the crazy stuff. So the crazy stuff.
You lobotomize him, I guess. Lobotomize him, but he still be strong and stuff.
Yeah, man. God darn.
With this, I don't think. All right, so we thought it would be far-fetched that Trump become president. Remember when he announced that he was running? And what year was it? 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And he was laughed at. And then fast forward to what, 2020?
Mm-hmm.
He was the country's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And never thought that Roe versus Wade would be overturned.
I did. Now that was one that I was like,
I knew that was coming.
A lot of people.
We had a lot of states that were digging into heartbeat laws.
So over years that had been coming over. See, Frank, you Sam, you didn't know nothing about that one because you weren't in these streets hoping that to benefit you in no way, shape, or form. I'm telling you, as one that was in these streets, yeah, boy, like you saw that coming. I saw that coming. I want to say in the early 2000s, just with because there was a sister in I worked with in Atlanta, and she had been to some places in Atlanta so many times she was already crossing the state line to go somewhere else because there was a limit. And I was like, well, what difference does it make? They were like, oh, they don't play that. Yeah. Oh, she lived a different lifestyle. Yeah. And remember back then we didn't the pill wasn't the day, the 20 what's that 2-day pill, the day after that didn't exist.
They didn't have that. But
so this woman was,
but we still had cycling, orthotricycling. We still had condoms.
That woman had done enough.
State limit.
She had done enough in the Atlanta area of the state to where she had to go over to Alabama. Yeah.
Wow.
What?
I will never aspire to be that kind of hoe.
Like, but what kind? Really, not that kind of. But what kind of? Hold on, Chef.
I mean, I'm old, so I don't aspire to be a hoe at all. But I'm just saying, if being a hoe was a thing, like how did you put on your hoe facts that you maxed out your abortion limit
in a state?
Like, how do you put that on your hoe facts? Does it go in the collections?
Oh,
is it a public record? It is a public record. It is.
Yeah.
You done maxed out the amount of abortions you can get in a state.
Yeah.
Baby, rethink your life. Please rethink your life.
So I would say just knowing that there were things in place, I said, man, I could see them eventually kind of like shutting this down in conservative states. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you are.
You done hit a limit.
Yep.
Niggas know you that much at the doggone clinic that you can't have no more abortions in this state. What?
What'd you say?
You still know her name?
Why on earth would I know her name still?
Because he want to go and talk and mission to her.
I want to go and find out she still got a stomach.
You know what? She probably finally had a kid.
Yeah. Oh no, probably fine. No, she had kids already. She probably finally had a tubes tied or something. Yeah, she had already had like 2-3 kids. Yeah,
she's having tubes left.
I don't know.
Because I mean, how many times do you at this point, baby? You done had like 15 endometrial ablations. Now I gotta look up what's the state limit of how many abortions you can get in Georgia.
She maxed out. God dang.
But you do make a good point, man. A lot of people were laughing at the idea of Trump. I think also what happened though, timing is everything because we have a very anti-established. I always get this wrong. Anti-establishmentarianism, right? So people over the last couple of years have been so fed up with fraud and fakeness and BS to where they just wanted somebody that wasn't from the same group that had been from the other groups. You know what I'm saying? I personally think that if Tom Brady would have ran for president at the same time, he would have possibly won. You see what I'm saying? I think we wanted somebody, and people forget. Who was it? Wasn't Reagan an actor?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we've seen this on a level before. I think when people get so fed up, anybody can get in there. But it did still sound ridiculous because we're talking about.
No, I knew Trump was happening. You know.
Yeah, I thought that
when
was
I
ridiculous.
knew Trump was gonna happen. I remember this was back when he had the show The Apprentice, and this was the season with Omarosa on there, and he was talking about government policy. And even at the time, I was like, you know what? Trump running the country, it don't sound like a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had some real business savvy information.
Ideas. Yeah.
He did. He had some really good ideas that centered around business. He wasn't conservative at all. And even though he ran a conservative ticket, he still wasn't a conservative politician. He's a businessman.
Yeah.
And that's what got him elected, being a businessman.
Being a businessman.
And that's why the conservatives is like, we don't know if we want to mess with you again, because you got in there and you didn't really stick to the plan. You did your business stuff. Because business-wise, Trump was great for the country. He did not stick to conservative values. Now, here we coming back around again. Do we think Trump will get in again? I don't think so. If he gets in, it will simply be to get Biden out.
Yeah, and I think it would be. That's what I was going to say. I think it would be that, and I think to a degree, if he gets in, it's also because what you said initially, that business side of it that a lot of people did like, the cultural shift. Good. Yeah, but the cultural shift that he caused, I think it's a coin flip. Because we saw a lot of people being racist and bold, but then you have a mixed group of us. Some of us okay, we want our racists to be bold because we need to see you. And then other people, it's triggering, so it causes a cultural. You know what I'm saying? It's so much stuff in there. It's to me, he's really unpredictable, and I don't even try to predict politics at all. He's unpredictable.
I think at this point, if he wins the election, the next 4 years is going to be a presidency of him being vindictive. Mm-hmm. I think because he's so petty and vindictive, everything he's going to do is going to be fueled by y'all niggas go pay.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
I think that's what people want and expect, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think he's coming back to the table just to say that he can't. Because you think about this when he ran in 2016. I do not think Trump expected to win.
No, I don't think so either.
I think he was running
I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm in here. Oh,
yes, that man did not intend to win. He just intended to be seen and to stir the pot, just like Ross Perot did when he ran for office. Yeah. Ross Perot was just like, I got money to blow. I'm old. I'm just gonna come in here and start something. Mm-hmm. Trump did not expect to win. This time he expects to win, I think, just so he can say he did. It's still not about him actually being political at all. No. It's got nothing to do with it. He don't actually want to run the country.
I've never seen it as him being specifically political. Never. I've never even got that.
Well, that's why I don't think he's gonna come in and be vindictive so much as it's I can show you better than I can tell you.
But I do think the cultural shift will create some discomfort. It will, man. It's gonna cause some discord, man. It's like whatever peace there is, if you believe there is some peace, it's gonna rock the shit out of that boat, boy. That boat finna shift. It's gonna be like, oh, here we go. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have that. I don't want to belabor this. We done 40 minutes on this, and we supposed to be getting ready for the NBA finals. And this nigga came in here late. But anyway,
real late.
I got another. That's all right. We got another subject matter to tap into. Trying to think which one. So, which one are we? I want to go with this one with this lady that decided that she was gonna use the N-word, and these dudes that woo man, look. When I looked at the video and I heard what she had to say, and I heard the dudes responding to it, do we need to do something about this word? Or do we need to do something about those of us that don't know how to gatekeep? Yeah. I'm gonna play the video and I got a video with these dudes commenting on it, and I'm like, man, like I don't think that's the part that a lot of them understand. And then once I play the video, I'm gonna let you jump in there, Sam, because I know you want to cook on this one.
I don't understand how one can say, man, we took the word back. It's our word now. That's why we say it to each other every day. It's because we took it back. We got the power back. You got the power back, but as soon as a white person say it, you mad. She said, your rappers, the people that y'all like listening to, that be rapping every day, they listen to it too. They can't like Drake them. They can't sing along to Drake. They the ones paying Drake. Y'all ain't bringing in the money. The white folks bringing in the money from the hip hop music. You want to bet me?
That's crazy.
Y'all, they sell out more stadiums than y'all, and these rappers are all over the world. You think when they go to Europe, it's packed with black people? No, it's not. No, it's not. So if the white people paying the money, they should be able to say the word. But if the word,
listen, I want to stop it there before we even get to her. Let me tell you something. See, black people, this is
that
why
man don't even believe what he just said.
Listen, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it as if he do. See, this is why when black people, this is why when black people be complaining about the Jewish community, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna keep this video right here. I'm gonna keep this video. The first time black people talk about, man, the Jews tripping for canceling somebody, I'm gonna go back to this video right here and show you this is why it's all laughing. Because they don't laugh and play with stuff like that. They don't care how petty, how insignificant anybody outside of their group thinks it is. They shut shit down. It don't matter how you. They don't care how you feel. They don't care how nobody feels. They feel offended. They feel triggered in any way, shape, or form. Whoever the people are, no matter how powerful, how popular, they shut shit down. But you got fools like this trying to argue, trying to be the devil's advocate in a situation where the devil don't need an advocate. Come on, man. So this black people, this is why. One of the reasons. The rest of this food got to say.
you've taken back and it don't offend you no more, so they should be able to say it. One thing I love about this girl, we can't find on social media. I don't know if any of these social medias out there that are real. I'm not going to mention them because I don't know if they're real.
Nah, she had a crazy
if she watches
today.
this video, reach out to us. I'd love to interview you or whatever the case may be and find out what your real platform is. However, I love the fact that she just don't give a F about what people say. Roll the clip.
So a recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community. Gold diggers? But that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke ass. And all the backlash just really made me, just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
She's crazy.
You're gonna.
Hold on, bro. That's
She's trolling
insane,
too bad, bro.
She is. I think it's funny, bro. I
It
really
is
don't
funny
give a
because she's
damn,
trolling.
Because I mean, I was watching this show, man.
I think she's dead ass right here.
Probably the most ratchet show that has probably ever been made. Baddies, bro. And it was this girl that came on there and said, "My nigga, y'all tripping."
Oh,
she
yeah,
wasn't black.
She was like Mexican or something.
They
jumped
tried
her.
to beat the shit out of her.
They
bro.
jumped her, bro.
It was getting bad. They were like, you still don't understand. Because she got mad again. She was like, I apologize. Then she got mad again. She said, bro, my niggas chill.
The white,
and then they said, what's up? What's
the
up?
only one that was like saying she was tripping was like, you shouldn't say that, was a white girl. She was like, I don't feel comfortable with you saying that. Everybody else was like, some of the black girls was letting it ride.
Some of them. But a lot of them was all like, you got to understand. They were trying to sit down with her.
And therein lies the problem. Go ahead, Frank. Sam, I know you want to get in there. Go ahead, man.
That's the problem when you don't teach the younger generation about the history of our people in this country. And so many black people now feel like it's ancient history and it doesn't have any bearings on today's social climate, concerning black people in this country. And then they would go so far as to say that's the victim mentality, or it's not offensive to me because they said it the right way. And it pisses me off because history has shown when you give them an inch, they're gonna take more than a mile, mow your house down, and build an entire community that they are comfortable living in. And I mean that metaphorically, saying they're gonna make themselves welcomed and then create a whole new narrative that centers them. And these niggas are sitting up here giggling and laughing like it's cute. And it is worse than seeing a ratchet mother and father with a child that's cussing them out and they're filming, recording, and laughing at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like the sheer ignorance and stupidity of laughing this off. And to think that is something that's small and minuscule, like, oh, it don't bother me. I like the fact that she don't care.
Like, what? Boy.
It's like this. And to your point about the Jews, all of them know the significance of the Holocaust. And if you say anything, it don't matter the context you say it in. It doesn't matter what you meant when you said it. Anything, that's your ass. And they unite on that. Whether they are an Orthodox Jew or Messianic Jew, someone who doesn't even practice Judaism.
Right. They could be an atheist. They could be a cultural Jew. They could be atheist in their beliefs, but are culturally tied. They don't fuck around.
They don't play with it. But you got these niggas like this that laugh at it. And because she's a halfway decent looking white woman, them niggas nothing in their drawers. Like no integrity, no pride, no nothing. Them niggas lose it and defend a basic looking white woman. So what? I mean, at this point, them niggas need to be you just gotta get rid of them niggas. Get rid of them. They're counterproductive.
They're probably passport bros anyway, so it don't matter.
It's sad to see this, because while I understand the narrative behind the use of the N-word, and I get it, I get what people are saying. Do I think we should probably get rid of it as a Black community? Probably, we do. I won't lie, but that's not for other races outside of us to determine. That is something for us as a collective and people within a collective to decide we want to distance ourselves from. We don't necessarily see other races as much, because it still happens, but not as much, capitalizing on some of the phrases they call themselves. even in the LGBTQ community, there are certain terms and words that are used to derogatorily describe each other. But those aren't words that they subscribe to calling each other necessarily. Now, what we have seen in recent years is people try to deter the negative of a word by using it haphazardly. For instance, women addressing each other, hey, bitch, girl, bitch, this, bitch, that. This has become a thing in pop culture. Whereas to be called a bitch used to be like you about to get smacked. But you have a lot of women, girl, bitch, let me tell you. And it's literally the same thing, trying to take a negative word and using a positive connotation to where you kind of disable the negativity of the word. But in disabling the negativity of the word, that does muddy the waters for people outside of that. Because if a dude came up and is like, I can't stand this bitch. Nice. Who are you calling a bitch? Even though you just called your girlfriend a bitch. So I get it. I do understand that aspect of things and how the use of words can leave the door open for people outside of the collective to think they're comfortable enough to be included in the narrative. Now, this pandering ass fool with this red hat on, where his daddy at? Most of the dudes I see that operate in this manner have daddy issues. 90% of the time, them dudes come from households that did not have significant male role models. This is one of the things where I really I'm not necessarily a believer in traditional marital gender norms and all of that. I think people should just choose whatever works for them. But in the instance of we have a collective, an entire generation of men that grew up without fathers, and these men are now at the age of where they can run for public office. And these are the narratives they're putting out there. This is scarier to me than Project 2025. This is scarier to me because these men aren't seeking professional help because they think it's okay. They think to be a deterrent to the collective community is okay. She just calling y'all out because they're seeking validation. And the only people that seek validation are people who didn't get it as kids. You see that quite often. People who didn't have their feelings, their thoughts, their ideas validated as little kids grow up to be people who seek validation now. And this is why I hate social media in a lot of cases. I use social media as a communication tool. I drop my little business, I say something, and people come back with ideas. Thank you. I appreciate it. But the vast amount of people who are seeking validation on social platforms, that is far scarier than Project 2025. Because that means these people will say and do anything for validation. This girl, I believe, didn't necessarily say the N-word because she believed that. She said it because she knew she'd get validated. When she came back and doubled down with the second video, this video we just saw, she knew she would be validated. When she lost her job, she knows I'm actually attractive. And I'm a white woman. I can be validated. People out here risking their lives just to be validated. And that's what makes this ain't even necessarily a black or white thing, or black people need to gatekeep the N-word or any of that. It's literally the devolved personality of humanity in which we will do anything, including things we don't actually believe, just for validation. You muted, child. Can't hear you. There you go.
I'm late. I'm delayed on my crap, man. Both of y'all cooked on that one, man. Both of y'all cooked, man. That validation piece is real because it's why somebody like Charleston White has taken the position and the tone and the delivery he has.
Yep.
Because he tried it one way and he said, you know what? For me to get validated and to even get these point across, I gotta appear to be like, and he says it every time somebody calls him on his delivery. He like, man, to hell with y'all. The rappers talk like it, everybody else talk like it, and this is what y'all like. So he is literally a caricature of the culture, and he's throwing it back in everybody's face and getting paid to do it. And it's like, yo, but he's also, I mean, it's like a snake eating his tail. It also shows he lacks integrity. It does, it indeed does, but it goes into what you're saying, that to be validated, this is how far people will go. You know what I'm saying? So we're in that space culturally, and it's not good, man. It's bad. I think, you know, when it comes to the word itself, I think it's not even about the word. It's about us establishing some clear lines as far as what we deem to be our culture, and we decide who participates, and we stand firm on it and say, hey, this is not going to fly, this is going to fly, and we stand on it. And it has to trickle down to young people, because we're of a certain generation now. Those guys are probably a little younger than us. I'm just looking at them. I listening to them talk. They're younger than us. And then the kids coming behind them are going to be younger than them. You know what I'm saying? And the part about it that gets messed up is you never know what company you're going to be in. And the wrong person says the wrong thing around the wrong person because they grew up around black people that thought this was cool. You're going to have some problems on your hands. But I always think that I've yet to see that really shake out in real life, because I think deep down in their heart and souls, those motherfuckers know who they can and can't talk that shit around. That girl ain't saying that shit in the wrong neighborhood in the right. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's comfortable on the internet. It's comfortable on TikTok to say that shit. It's real comfortable. Bring your ass to the space in which you know you, like, come on. Let's see how you really gonna stand on that. Let's just see. Because in certain spaces, that's not gonna work. Come on. So I always tend to think, man, it's more of what you said, Chef, and both of y'all made valid points, is that, man, there's no integrity in it, and just having any sort of principle about it. They want to laugh and giggle, and then they want to validate. That's come on,
and
man.
People following them, like,
oh, of
y'all
course,
follow them off a cliff. Just to have people agreeing with you online. People that the day you die, it's gonna be like, oh man. And then they're moving on.
On to the next hottest thing. On to the next hottest thing.
I want better for my people. I do. And I don't mean my people like black people. I literally mean humanity.
Yeah.
Like, I want better for us. Do you know the lengths that people go through on social media to prove they got money and be actually living on people's sofas and be homeless?
Yeah.
They'll rent an Airbnb for the weekend and film some content and film a course. Shamar, prime example.
Oh man,
all that social media fame, but you out here homeless. Man. How?
Hold on, wait, Shamar. You know who Shamar is, right? That's your boy, Sam.
That's that nigga that got that question mark posture.
I can't stand you. I don't like you at all.
Man, he got diddied a lot, man. You get diddied enough, boy. If you get bent, it bends you up, boy. Boy, be careful.
And then you on lives complaining about being homeless, and it's
but like, no, for real, real talk. Because here's what I think about that. Like, man, yo, this is how bad that is. For years, we have seen go Shamar, let Shamar do his thing, and you've seen so you know them social media views. If you do it right, that's gonna put money in your pocket. And then the booger's on there talking about he need to get a phone, and he ain't got nowhere to sleep. And then you've seen over the years all the different dudes.
PCS.
Yeah, but hold on, you've seen that he's been in videos with dudes for years, kissing and and I'm like, wait, how you think about that, and it's like, yo, you are purely entertainment. These people do not care about you.
Nope.
Cause soon as he hot again, out there in a wig, acting a fool or fighting against somebody or doing something crazy, views gonna shoot back up. Mm-hmm. Soon as he asking for something again and trying to get some help, he's gonna be laughed at. Like, come on, man. Like that, man, you can't let yourself be a caricature out here for the social media streets.
And that's how I feel about his whole N-word thing. Like the people that are saying it on these platforms, they're saying it because they know they're gonna get canceled, and they will use the cancellation as vindication to do some other stuff to be famous for. Like Fox gonna hire her.
Right. You heard the dude, and I don't know what platform she's on, but I would like to interview you. Blah 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 blah. This.
She about to be a new Vlad.
Yeah, but you know, I will always venture to say, man, black people, and we do it here. We at least try, be the change you seek. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk about the stuff you want to talk about, discuss, share the ideas. I mean, you got to, because if you don't, you're going to continue to see stuff like that. So there's a lot of us out here standing on principles, on what we actually believe and think, and not looking to just say the most ridiculous shit so we can get canceled, so we can turn around and then leverage that to a blow up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, because that's literally a play. Go out there and say something crazy, get canceled. Yep.
That's exactly what they're doing. She gonna end up. She gonna be the white Candace Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Especially since that Q-tip looking white woman, that blonde, Tommy, whatever her name is.
Yeah. Whatever happened to her?
I think it was was it a scandal? Something happened with
Tony Laren or something. She been off the market for quite a few
Oh,
years.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know who y'all talking about.
Yeah.
She had got into something, and you got to do something stupid if you get fired from Fox, and you're a slim white blonde.
Yeah,
man.
Actually, I know what it was. She came back and said something that she disagreed with a conservative value. It was about abortion. It was women related, and she was like, "Nah, I'm not vibing with that." And they canceled her quick. They got her up out of there. Like, nah. You're a woman.
Right, you had your All right. You've had your fun in the sun. Yeah, man. But you mentioned something that has me want to segue to the next thing I had, man. So I thought about this, and there's a little 40-second clip where Jack Harlow
I was talking to John Mayer about this, about how culture's so fragmented. Artists put out music, and the artist's job is to respond or comment on culture and society. But he and I were talking about there's no shared human experience anymore because everyone's living in their own pockets. Everyone's choosing what to digest. You got your shows, you got your artists, so you get to live in your pocket, and you don't really need to be told who's a star, who's most important. And so I'm saying, when Kendrick, Drake, and Cole, that was still a time where people were saying, nah, everyone needs to know these are the most important people. Now everyone gets to choose who's important to them. Everyone is living a fragmented version of culture.
Their own hero, yeah.
And so it's hard to make something that connects with the entire zeitgeist. It's because there's no shared human experience.
So my I want to.
I was talking to John Mayer about this.
I'm gonna keep
about
it up
how.
there, but so I want to y'all share y'all experience with this. I'm gonna share mine. Y'all share y'all's, because I kind of have an idea of how we kind of got here, and I know how I got here, so I want to know how y'all got here. I know for a fact I got here. It had to be around 2002, 2003. I was driving around listening to the damn radio. And I remember going from one radio station to the next radio station to the next radio station, and these motherfuckers was playing the same songs. One song get done playing on another radio station, you switch to the other one, they playing the exact same song. And every time I looked up, and then that's like my brain tied in. I'm like, every day they play the same songs, and all the stations play the same songs. And I don't like the songs that they play. That's where it started for me. That was my separation to create my own pocket of existence and experience, because I don't like the music that this station plays. I don't feel it. I don't like it. I want something else. So I wanted to move away from disseminated pop culture. So streaming wasn't quite out back then, but you can at least make your own your CDs, and you can make your own disc. You know, this when we had this, that you could put 50 songs on, boy, you could load a disc up back then. It started with playlists for me. And then of course, we get the MP3 era, downloading music. That's how I came into the point where I'm going to now control a lot of what I take in along my preferences of tastes and vetted information and entertainment. And that does, and I can admit that does create a blind spot to a degree, because you are left out of some stuff that some other people are already turned on to or into. But I think it also helps that I don't complain about the shit that I don't like. I don't complain about nothing. And y'all can bring, if we're gonna discuss it here and y'all ask me my take on it, but I literally don't go around the internet complaining about what I don't like. Because when I don't like some shit, I don't listen to it. I move on from it. I go find what I like. So this lack of a shared human experience, I think, is a byproduct of people tapping out to a certain degree. We still got the Super Bowl. Everybody watches the Super Bowl. We still got the 4th of July. Everybody celebrates that. We still got those things, but I think he does have a point. But how did we get here? And is it really a problem? Because for me, it's not a problem. I don't care. But what do y'all, is it a problem for y'all that we don't have as many shared human experiences anymore? And how did y'all get there if y'all got there?
I think our shared human experiences these days are actually really negative. And we just talked about it. The use of social media and the need to be seen, the need to be heard. Social media was intended to be for sharing information. And when it was that, it was great. And some of it, you have some channels out there that are great. Certain recipes for different things. I did some smothered green beans and potatoes. I saw that in a recipe from TikTok. That kind of stuff, I believe, is great content to share. Because it's just okay, I'm just sharing, what I do normally. But when we started monetizing content to the point where, well, let me just do something and sensationalize it so I can make money, that's when I think our human experiences devolved. As much as I love Jack Harlow, and I love me some Jack Harlow because the boy got bars, I hate how short his songs are. Can't stand it. Because just when I got into a groove and he flowing, he rocking with the beat, the song over. That's the product of the failed human.
Yeah. I was on social media
because he wants to be. I think it's because that's what's demanded.
Because that's what's demanded now. Two verses.
2 minutes.
2 verses. Yeah, 2 minute songs or 2 verses. I was saying that on a post one day. I was on a post talking with the fella that came on here, the rapper that came on here and chopped it up. I said something about 3 verses or something. He said 3 verses. He said, "Boy, you old school." He said, "Nobody do that no more." He said it's usually he said it's 2 verses or 1 verse and just the hook on both ends. Yep. I'm like, what?
2 minute songs, and they're like, nobody's listening that long. They don't listen that long because y'all are so focused on, well, let's get the most amount of clicks. Because if you do shorter songs, you tend to get more clicks. Let's do the most amount of clicks so they can move on to the next. But that has hindered the human experience. That has hindered the ability to share human experience. When I listen to a Beyonce song, I know she's gonna give me 3 to 4 minutes. I'm gonna vibe for about 3 to 4 minutes. Gonna be her, Dolly Parton gonna be on here, Shabuzi, and everybody else. We gonna have a whole little good time for 4 minutes.
I'm good with
that.
I'm finna mute.
Don't start with me. Don't start. But now you had Kendrick Lamar Them 6 minutes wore me out at first because I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to that anymore.
Yeah.
But it used to be back in the day, a 6-minute song before things had to be played on the radio. A 6-minute song was standard. You got to enjoy the melodic sounds of whatever this, like old school Kool in the Gang before they started singing words on their songs. You gonna get you a 6-minute instrumental that's gonna drop them draws, like for real. That's what was happening back then.
I'm
How
gonna look
you
up
gonna
this
drop
song.
those in a 2-minute song?
Hold on, I'm gonna look up this song right now. Because I can't think of his name right now. Damn.
Who?
What was my guy's name?
But like
go listen to The Look of Love.
Yes,
by Isaac Hayes.
Exactly what song you talking about?
Yeah, The Look of Love by Isaac Hayes. It's like an 8-minute song with 3 minutes. The first part is you listen. You can get your food started. You get your food started. Look, you get the groove.
You be done cook for sis, gave her a glass of wine, and rubbed her back and everything. Same song playing. Same.
Listen, you ain't got to worry about no song skipping back. See, you can get your first nut off on the whole song. The first song, get your nut off on the first song. Now you can't do that now. You got to switch up.
You ain't got no time for shared human experience.
You got to switch up your pump rhythm because you want your pump rhythm to go along to the music. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna remember
the damage I have done on Bombs Over Baghdad, bro.
Listen, I don't know what about Bombs Over Baghdad. What is
the damage I have done? Rag topping. But I'm 4-minute song. But how you gonna do any? How can you create an experience on 2 minutes?
Yep.
You take a shit longer than that.
Yep.
So no, we don't have any shared human experiences anymore. Y'all ain't got time for that. Your popcorn in a doggone microwave longer than a shared human experience.
Yeah.
So I need Jack to be part of the solution. Stop dropping these 2.5-minute songs, Jack. You actually got some flow. Give me a good 5. Give me a good 5.
Yeah.
Man, the best part about the Kendrick and Drake beef was the length of the music.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like those 6 minutes went by so fast for me. And I didn't have an appetite after I listened to one song. So you give me 6 minutes of straight spitting, and then you put about 3 different beat changes in it.
Yep.
You have a whole variety of an experience in one song. I can actually turn the song on and make it out of my neighborhood before the next track come on. Mm-hmm. And it was just an enjoyable listening experience because it was like full length of what we're used to. It's full length, but I know now.
Yeah.
For these people now, it's like sitting through Infinity War. You know what I'm saying? So or Oppenheimer. So
dang. God dang.
Yeah, you gotta want it. That's a good movie. That's a good movie, but you gotta want to watch it, boy. Goodness, boy. So much dialogue. Oh my God. Yeah.
But it was a great change of pace. And that's what I hate the most about music now is they make these food court samples.
Good analogy.
Music. Huh?
That's a good analogy. Food court samples.
So it's you remember back when they used to make demo tapes?
Yeah. A demo. Yeah, that's what a demo was. You're right. A demo was a snippet. Yeah, it was the song would be playing, and then it would just fade out, and you're like, "Where the rest of it at?" You went and bought the rest of it. Yeah. But now that's the song. That's the song now.
So I can't get into it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't experience what you're experiencing because it's over with.
But you know what? I wanna put y'all on to something that we got to be really honest about how this really started. This ain't a new generation thing. This actually built off of, I would say, the 90s and definitely the early 2000s. Because if you were interested in being any sort of artist and you were not already plugged in, when these record companies, record labels showed up with their A&Rs at these big events and hotel rooms, and they told everybody, hey, we got something going on down here. Come down here with your demos and your manager, and you're going to let such and such A&R is here. And you had A&Rs from all the, and you know what happened when you stood in those lines and you gave them your CD or you gave them your cassette? Minute. Less than a minute. If they were going to play your song when they hit it, within the first 15, 20, 30 seconds, if it wasn't already catching, they moved you to a different line. They weren't giving it time to build. So if you had bars or if you had flow or if that beat was going to catch later, they wanted it then. So this is built on top of that. Now, like you said, what used to be just going to get you here, get you in the mood, what's going to get you in the mood is done. So it's just like for the woman. Imagine touching on your old lady and getting all ready and getting ready and then say, oh, that was it, girl. That was it. That was the show right there.
Like literally, dudes that didn't used to lasting longer than the song. That disturbs my peace. It does. And I know what you're talking about because I auditioned for Missy Elliott's show. Waited online for like 7-8 hours. And they like, you got 30 seconds.
I'm telling you.
I had my demo and everything because I had recorded a whole rap album.
Yep.
At that time. And you had to dance, sing, and rap in them 30 seconds.
Yep. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the machine is the machine. And what we're now seeing is we got the hyper machine. Yep. And it's only going to get more and more hyper. The only thing that's going to stop this shit is another COVID. Sit y'all ass down for 6 months.
You're not wrong.
That is a fact of the matter. You like right now, you can't get a verses right now that people are going to actually watch because the verses is 10 songs or 5 songs on each side. It's going to take too much time. But you take people sit down and run out of content. Well, I ain't got nothing better to do, and they gonna fucking enjoy themselves. We got so much. We got so much stimulation going on all at the same time that our attention span and bandwidth is shot.
Yep.
And I'm guilty of it, man. I do, man. Every night, like there was a therapist online. I think it's Healthy Gamer. I'm always dropping that dude. He said when he was in college, he thought he had a mindset that I need to maximize my time. He said, so I was always doing something. He said, so if I was on a ride, I'm listening to a lecture. If I'm somewhere, I'm doing this, I'm doing. He never just always absorbing. He said, well, what that does on the other side of that, you're overstimulated. He said, you never have time to sit there and just collect thoughts. He said, nowadays, we never take the drive with nothing on. He said, sometimes take a car ride and don't play nothing. Don't play no song, don't play no music, don't pick up the phone, just go. Or when you just go in silence and watch what happens. Man, some of my best thoughts, and I know this sounds crazy because I know y'all think my thoughts is all crazy. Some of the best thoughts and the best shit I've ever shared across social media has been in moments of silence, whether it's funny or bullshit or serious. I ain't doing nothing, thinking about nothing, and something crazy just pop up in that brain. I'm like, well, I'll be damned. There you go. I ain't got to search for no stimulation. It was up there the whole time, rattling around. It's foxhole up here. Now y'all might say, well, go get some stimulation because what you just said was nuts. Where did that come from? But it's for real. So I think that's a sign of all our human genius, man. That we need to slow down sometimes. Get a little less stimulation. Just take our time with everything.
That's part of my process when I'm creating, because I can get into a groove to where everything just firing on all cylinders, and I'm just pushing stuff out, and then it'll just abruptly stop, and I'm trying to push past it, and I can't even get a circle to connect. And that's when I know that I'm at that, I reached my limit of creativity, and then I just got to put it down completely. For how long? I don't know how long it's gonna be before I pick it back up.
Yeah.
But I can put it down and walk away from it, so I can come back to it refreshed, and then the process just start all over again.
Yep.
So I forgot where I was going with this too. I had a point. I had a 5.2.
But I mean, but I'm pretty sure it ties into that human experience, man. Like we don't have that anymore because, like I said, we're overstimulated. But I also do think. That's it. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was just kind of piggybacking on overstimulation.
Yeah.
So when you were saying that we all get overstimulated, so that I was just agreeing to that point. And I was just using my creative process as a example of overstimulation.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely, man. I mean, anytime you're creating and people tell you to just push for numbers, man, watch your shit start to get watered down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It will get watered down. So you gotta stop in the middle of that process sometime and say, you know what, I'm gonna take a minute because I gotta have quality over quantity. And it's the same thing with cultural experiences. That's why I took my break away from radio and took my break away from a lot of things. So I'm like, man, they are playing the same songs and I don't like them. I need more. And I'm like, I know if I go search for it, I'll find it. And so, so I think it's a good and bad thing that we have created our own pockets of existence, like he was saying. But I do think we can share experiences if we get back to slowing down, just taking our time, chilling, being more authentic, not doing everything for clicks on social media, like Sheffy was saying, like everybody want all that validation. We just stop, we just live, just chill. Go sit your ass out on the porch. Just go outside and sit on the porch sometime with nothing else going on.
Get rid of smartphones.
Oh boy.
Boy, child.
We can listen. Nokias.
Listen, no, bro.
There's a new Nokia that just dropped. It's a smartphone that looks like the old brick phone.
Really?
Dude, hold on. There's no denying that. I have always thought that, man, I can do it, but I can put it down and pick it up. But to totally get rid of it, it depends on what you do with it already. With what we try to do here, I can't. I can't because get your ass out of here. Talking to Archie.
What are you talking to the dog like that?
Yeah, everything this is. I gotta let him know that this ain't never his area. So if you're not using this stuff to do anything to be productive, but I know we use our smartphones to navigate everywhere now. I mean, even when I don't navigate, I like to have it because, like I said, I can see what road to not go down because there's some shit down that road and I don't want to go down. So I think we use it for the shortcuts and the conveniences. But it is a distraction. It's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? We be on these phones at work. We be on these phones when we out and about. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Realize whatever happens when you leave your phone in the car and go to the grocery store, and then you realize you standing in the line and you ain't got no phone to look at, and you just people watch a little bit. You people watch a little bit, you realize you see some crazy shit, and these crazy folks been around the whole time. Me too. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, let me put this phone in my pocket while I'm walking around here and just look at these people, man. I don't need to look at this phone. Let me look at these people. There's some strangers out here, boy. It's still some crazy. I'm missing out on all that looking on this phone. And I got a show right in front of me every time I go to Walmart. It's a goddamn show every time, boy. Hey, I live in the hood. It's a Kroger right down the street, boy. I'm in the west end of Louisville. All I gotta do is go down to Kroger and just stand outside and just wait. Just wait. I'm gonna get a goddamn show every time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah. I
think that you make a good point, man. Get rid of these smartphones. At least limit them. Let's try to limit them a little bit. Go on a little smartphone fasting.
I'm gonna do that one day.
I've done it before, but I couldn't go nowhere that day because I need my phone to drive my car.
It's a woman. But y'all navigation skills is shot, so I get it.
No, my car is my key. I mean, my phone is my key.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to be a misogynist.
The car has built-in navigation, smart ass.
Oh, well, instead of a misogynist, now a dumbass. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Dumb misogynist. Goddamn. Girl. That didn't work. That didn't work. It went the other way.
I don't know why you be trying that regular shit on me.
We be trying to be a misogynist.
I am not the regular.
We finna be, listen, you know, me and Frank gonna do a little spinoff, short little podcast called Misogynist. We're gonna be misogynists, just straight misogynists for 10 minutes, find different pockets. He is. It was his idea. It's partially his.
God ain't gonna bless him. He ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. He ain't worried about God being blessed. That boy ain't been in church since 2012. He ain't worried about that. He ain't worried about that.
He coming for you.
He gonna be, but we gonna be having. Look at, he know the date, boy. He know the date. I'm talking about.
I visited. I haven't been.
Man, that's all I really had. I did have. Oh no, I had one more thing. It was So this one right here was I don't know who put this one in here. Somebody submitted this one, so I got to put it on. So it was from the Breakfast Club, and it was this woman talking about.
Casey put that.
Yeah. So we might should we save that for when she on next week? We know she be ready to create a war. All right, we're gonna say that one. I mean, it's 8:59, 9 o'clock. I want to go watch the basketball game. I can be honest, and anybody that's from Dallas that might get to this point, I am not necessarily rooting for the Mavericks to lose. However, the trolling that is available if the Mavericks lose, and I can somehow blame the Dallas Cowboys for the Mavericks losing, that's perfect. It's perfect. So while I don't really care for y'all to lose, I'm not rooting for y'all to win. Yeah. Terrible. Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna watch some of these NBA finals, y'all. And we'll be back on this bad boy next week. We got a few topics already loaded for next week, so we're gonna get on to some more.
Later.
All right, y'all have a good night.